Grand Day, Soul Siblings. It's Shay Seeking from American Aborigines Unchained here on YouTube and Facebook. And I just wanted to, I'm spending today drawing from the universe, right? So again, it feels as though I have been just taking in a lot of information, universal information, because again, all is basically one. It just is to the point where there has been different divisions added to people, land, resources, rights, and rule, right? Reign. So, I'm someone that I think ends up keeping a low profile, right? Because I like to deal with the basics. I like to keep things close as natural, as I can get. Okay? When it comes to this world, I have refrained from engaging in their platform as much as possible. And in turn, sticking to self, going within and pulling from the universe for what I need to survive on this plane. So I can go into great detail when it comes to things that I can see or hear or interpret or correlate and things like that when it comes to the past, present, and the future. This is not me gloating or saying I'm the only one or anything like this. It's just I'm trying to be more open and connect with you guys the best way that I know how, being someone that is more introverted and someone who is more of a loner, someone who again has had a hard time engaging in things on this realm, okay? Without saying the whole shit is fucked up, I don't want nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? But knowing that there is something and there are other people out there that can maybe assist or, point in the direction of resources that we would need to use in order to correct things as far as one's status and all of these other things that may be beneficial to us as people in these times. But again, I think I'm just very hard-headed when it comes to that, but I am willing to learn and I am willing to deal with people that you can trust, okay, that would like to, deal with you. But I feel like on this journey, I have a couple of true people that I that have definitely reached out to answer questions and try and point me in the right direction. And, again, the whole thing is up to us each, and together as a whole, helping each other operate on a certain level in order to benefit. But again, there are going to be some of us that are more prone to the information portion, the seeing. There are going to be oracles, sages. There are going to be different people that specialize in different areas. And I'm not even saying that I specialize, because again, I'm never here to tell you what it is or what it ain't, but I'm just sharing what it looks like to me. And the one thing I will say is, regardless of what one thinks, I know, okay, that we are all people. There are many of us that were formed, in a sense, to be operating on certain levels in these times right now for a greater good. And I know that what comes with that is positive and negative, right? There are going to be things that benefit us and things that are going to try to target us. So on that note, I just want to clear that up and say that the way that the energies in the universe speaks to me is maybe going to be different than the universe will speak to you. And this is why, I told you guys before that I look to my soul siblings, because if I'm conflicted in an area there and I'm not, I just need another opinion of someone, again, that is on this realm that's going through the same thing. I look to my soul siblings because I know that we are all we got and that we are the ones that we have been waiting for. So I really do appreciate anybody that, if I'm on your profile and I am, or if I'm connecting with you on social media and I like something, or if you see me commenting on your stuff, that means that I have nothing but respect. So if any other energy is coming your way that seems as though it's coming from me, it's not coming from me personally. It's not coming from my heart, because again, I'm just not that kind of person. And I may see shady things, but that doesn't deter me or make me wish bad on other people because of that. The only thing it does to me is fuel something in me in order to better myself instead of coming back and attacking someone. Also, when it comes to the platform and the information that I use, I can say that if I am going to speak on something, that 9 times out of 10 I'm going to, like on my Instagram, for instance, people may not like it, looks messy, that I leave the names of people on the post when I'm sharing somebody's post, and I'll put soul sibling share. That's my way of giving gratitude immediately. You know what I'm saying? For whatever it is that you said that triggered something or opened up a whole massive doorway. So again, you guys don't know what you all mean to me and how I work. So again, saying that to say that when you're dealing with, or when you are in direct contact with all, a lot of these things that we're focusing on, like I said before, sometimes seems frivolous. Now, it's not saying that people should not be doing these things. They should do whatever the hell they want to do, because I don't know what their whole calling is. All I'm here to do is to support them if it's for the greater good, and share, and hopefully they reciprocate the same thing. Now, okay, so I pull from everything. Everything is at my fingertips. Everything is at your fingertips. You know what I'm saying? It's just we're all going to have different ways that this stuff is going to penetrate or download or whatnot. So again, mine is seeking and searching and finding different ways to interpret different things so different people can take grasp of the message. That's just it, you know. So let's go ahead and look at this, because again, I'll just spin off onto American Gods for a second, about Bilquis, which again, we know that all this stuff, has different aspects, different names, different ways to spell it, different, this goddess might be very close to that goddess because they could be the same fucking goddess, and, so on and so forth or whatever. But it was something about Argus, right? In American Gods, and Bilquis, and with her meeting with her Orishas, the last time when she was able to basically try to use the earth and water. My hands are sweating so much right now, but to free herself from the bondage that they had her in. And this, they had her locked away in a cell, and they were trying to break her spirit by using things to damage her mindset or her brain or just drive her crazy. And they had her under surveillance and, certain things like this. So sedated, and they had her trapped, right? And when she got to a point, she remembered telling herself, she remembered that she is not alone. And she went to a deeper place while they were trying to break her. And from the outside, it seemed as though they were breaking her. But on the inside, she was building a force to be able to deliver herself. Even though Shadow Moon and Tech Boy were coming to try to save her and break her out, she had built up whatever it was inside of her to burst through from all of the things that had been done and all of the men that she had consumed. And, it just was, I don't know. I know it's just a show, but it was just beautiful because automatically and immediately I can sense something that, again, it doesn't take any kind of paperwork or anything to let me know the way that I'm the spirit operates, I embrace that because I can feel that and I can see that. So I just wanted to look into what a little bit more about the peacock, because the Orishas had peacock feathers and they were dancing. It had to do with water and things like this. And like I said, with a lot of these storylines that I'm running alongside, including shows and books of antiquity and mythology and all this other stuff. It's kind of like these things are lining up in front of me to tell me a portion of my story, or just to use these things as guides to be able to better show somebody that is like a storyteller how to, interpret the message, right? So again, here it says the peacock, a symbol of royalty. So this storyline resonates with me, along with all of the other things where people may take it as, oh, you may be putting yourself in too many places, or you're how can you be this, that, and that, and that. But again, no one can tell you who and what you are and what your journey and your destiny and all of these things are at this point, but the source. So again, if it's something that helps build you, chill on it. Sit with it for a minute. Sit with it, and it'll start opening up different doors for you. So it says here, in getting answers and things that you can't sometimes obtain through this system. And that's just the way. So it says a peacock dominates an 18th century Japanese screen by Nagasawa Rosetsu. Rosetsu. The peacock is native to, I don't know why, but my throat is just lately. Okay. So the peacock is native to India and further east, but the bird has a long history in the Middle East, perhaps originally brought by the early Indian traders in the ancient Babylon. And again, the way I see it is, anything that they're saying was whenever someone puts ancient in front of something, that means that we're talking about the portion of it from when it was in the Americas. In my opinion, again, that's just my opinion. So the male peacock's plumage of shimmering blues and green fascinates even as it raucous cries seem so at variance with such beauty. The Greeks learned of the peacock only after Alexander the Great's conquest. Now, I'm not sure 100%, but I'm pretty sure there's something that has to do with some artifacts of Alexander the Great. I don't know if it's this particular Alexander. That artifacts have been found in, I believe, the Midwest or somewhere, here in the Americas. It says Aristotle called it a Persian bird. So again, Persian empires, all of this stuff that we're talking, even when it comes to, when I think back to, what is the time? Goodness, I can't remember right off the top of my head. Okay, yeah. Okay, so, but I would think it would be antediluvian is what I want to say. Okay. Nubia, these particular things. When we're talking about that type of, these places in antiquity, again, it is my opinion from the research that I've gathered, the way that I gather it and the way that I see it, that yes, these empires were here. Again, if it was all one at one point in time, then we would have to look at it that way. So when we're talking about the land, they quickly added the bird to their pantheon of deities. For example, in the Hellenistic period, peacocks pulled the chariot of the Greek goddess Hera. Since Hera was considered the goddess of the sky and the stars, the gold circles and blue background fit naturally. According to one myth, Zeus became interested in a woman named Io or Hera. Io. Okay, sorry. And Hera had her 100-eyed servant, Argus, guard Io. Okay? Zeus had Argus killed in order to free Io. According to the Roman author Ovid, Hera rewarded her watchman, Argus, by turning his 100 eyes into the eye-like image on the tail of the peacock. In fact, these eyes were at times rather like the so-called evil eye in Egyptian, Greek, and Roman mythology that could see everything. The Romans seem to have particularly liked the peacock, but not just because of the male bird's splendid tail, but the meat and the tongue were a favorite delicacy on the table of the wealthy. That reminds me of something. Even sacrificial, even reminds me of something that I've seen recently that I had questions about. So again, just getting confirmation for something. So it kind of just took me back a second. This is gastronomical interest. Okay, this gastronomical interest seems to have lasted into the Middle Ages in Europe, with the bird skinned and roasted before the skin with feathers still intact would be reattached and served in all its glory. The Romans also used the peacock as decoration in their mosaic and frescoes. The peacock as a symbol. The peacock was a symbol of immorality.